So because I can't leave crochet alone, I have since added another row since you last saw this sample. And as you can see, it's starting to tilt up into a little bowl. And again, the way to double check that you are on the right track is if you fold it in half, you'll find that this centre bends out. If it bends that way, you're in trouble. You need to unpick it, take some of your stitches out. I could carry on like this all day, but we won't. But what I will say is this kind of design or this structure, so putting a line of just no extra gaps every other row, you can make slouch beanies with it, skull caps, cushion covers, anything that's round and gently curved. And if you carry on, you will eventually end up with a bag like this. And all that's happened, this is obviously a smaller version of this bag, all that's happened is after a while, when I've decided that the circumference of my bag is big enough, I've then just stuck to running rows of 2 trebles, sets of 2 trebles with no spaces in between. So that's how you enlarge your circle. Keep going the same number of stitches in the round to build up the sides. I just want to show you how you can now reduce the size of those stitches. Now, we started with a hexagon, so you've got 6 sides. It makes sense to reduce this bag in multiples of 6. In a small bag like this, if you take 6 stitches out of this bag, it's going to shrink up really quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out 3 in one row, do a row without taking it out, 3 in another row. So it's just, you've just got a gentle tilt in. Because as you can see on this big bag here, we should not have made the straps so long because my arms aren't long enough. It does just, actually you can see it better if I take the base out of this. If we lay this flat on the table, you can see you've got a bagginess here to put all your stuff in, and then it's just gently come in at the sides. So the top of your bag is not so wide open to pickpockets. That's the plan anyway. So to make sure you can reduce the size of your bag equally, if you have a look where you had your last set of 2 trebles and you move up the rows from there to this stitch here and just put a marker stitch in there, a marker pin. Just check that's the right way. Yeah. And then miss out this one, but do the same thing working up the rows from this double set of treble clusters. So that's here. And then again miss out the next one and just find that 5th one. So now you're marked equidistantly around the bag. You don't have to do it. It's one of those things, it's quite nice if you're going to take the time and effort to make a bag like this, and you're looking at a couple of evenings' work, if not a week of evenings' work. But it's quite a nice, relaxing thing that you can do while you're binge watching Line of Duty, or you know you're not on a train at the minute, probably not. But if you're just relaxing in the living room or out in the garden, you can take your time doing it, and it's one of those projects that you can pick up and put down and start again whenever you like. So if you're going to take that time and effort, you might as well make it properly. So what we'll do to reduce the size of this bag is attach your next colour of yarn in the normal way. 2 chains to bring it up to working height, and then a treble into that chain, into that space, and just run your normal sets of trebles. And then when you get to the stitch or the set of trebles that is marked by your marker, if you just work one treble into one side of it, and then one treble, actually take the pin out and make life so much easier, wouldn't it? And then one treble into the other side of it, and then carry on doing sets of 2. When you do your next row up, you're going to count those 2 individual trebles as one, so you won't work into that gap. Let me just carry on around here, and actually if I finish this row, I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just coming up to the end of this row, where I've just reduced the stitches in 3 places. And although I've only reduced them in 3 places, because I've taken a treble out of each set, it's actually taken it down by 6 stitches altogether. So it's not going to make the world of difference at the minute, but you can see here and here where I've just got single treble stitches instead of a cluster. So when I work the next row, which I'm going to do now, pick a colour, any colour, let's have the orange. When I come to do my next colour, we work a row just like we did before when we were building up the sides of the bag. So same number of stitches into the same number of stitches, no increases or decreases, just pairs of trebles. Right, so I've got these 2 single trebles, which is where I've made my decrease. So work your treble sets one side of them, ignore the gap in the middle, and work your treble sets on the other side of them. So what's happened is it's just squeezed up those stitches. You've just lost, where you had 3 stitches there, you've now just got 2. And if you keep doing that up the sides of your bag for a few more rows, it's just going to tilt in the edges of your bag so it's got a much nicer shape to it. So I'm going to carry on with this. I'm going to finish this with a simple row of double crochet. In fact, I think I put 2 rows of double crochet there, just to give a sturdy top to the bag. And then I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own leather straps for that bag, just to give it a professional finish. Before I do that, as you can see, I mean, I said this would make a slouch beanie. The pattern that you have here already would make a great little close-fitting beanie hat. And as it's cotton, you can wear it in the summer. So come back to me in our last part of the video, and till then, thank you very much for watching so far. Click here to see the next part of the video. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.